Hey everyone, welcome into this 20-minute Vinyasa flow. You don't need any props for this practice unless you know that you like to have them, so feel free to get everything that you need and join me on your mat. We're just going to get started in a comfortable seat on our shins. If this is ever too uncomfortable, you're always welcome to just come and sit down onto your sit bones in an easy seat. But just go ahead and close down the eyes and start to enter into your space. Start to feel into your body. Can you notice what's happening for you mentally, physically, perhaps even emotionally? Just starting to tap into your current human experience. As you start to build up an awareness of your surroundings and perhaps of your more physical body, can you also start to bring your attention to your breath? At first just noticing, and then starting to build it, to make it longer and deeper and fuller. Can you breathe in through the nostrils, right down into the belly, and breathe out through the nostrils, letting everything deflate, letting the diaphragm drop down. And then go ahead, plant your hands out in front of you, come into a tabletop position. Just start circling your shoulders over your wrists, just starting to warm into the hands. Perhaps taking some circles clockwise and then reversing that motion, going anti-clockwise. If it's accessible to you, perhaps flip the fingers back so that they face the knees and just open out into the backs of the wrists, swaying some space forwards and back. Flip the hands back the other way. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin, lift the heart for your cow position. Exhale, round everything in, curl chin to chest, cat. Inhale, unfurl. And then exhale, round. Inhale, unfurl. Exhale, round. Inhale, unfurl, get space through the front body. Exhale, curl everything in, dome through the spine. Inhale, unfurl. And exhale, curl. Tuck the toes underneath you. Go ahead and sit the hips back to the heels, toes pose. Make sure you're tucking under even that little pinky toe. Get all of your toes involved. I think I've said toes enough for one sentence. Go ahead, interlace the fingers up at your heart center. As you inhale, puff up into the hands. As you exhale, flip the hands away from you. Push through and round through the spine. Inhale, reach the hands up and overhead. And then exhale, curl everything down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, come up. Can you get expansive whilst also knitting the ribs in? Exhale, curl down. Round through the spine. Inhale, come up. This time as you exhale, release that interlace of the hands, cactus the arms, expose the heart. Exhale, draw the hands through heart center. Untuck the toes, give them a little tap, sit back onto the heels. Bring the fingertips out behind you, fingertips face the back of your mat. And as you inhale, press down through the shins to lift the hips. Open through the chest, feel like you've got a balloon tied to your sternum and it's drawing you up towards the sky. Exhale, lower the hips down. Go ahead, plant the hands, tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Arrive into your downward facing dog. Taking any pedaling of the feet, shifts from side to side. Move into the hips, into the legs. And then go ahead, find a moment of stillness here. Can you feel that press down through the hands as the heels weigh heavy towards the mat behind you? You can take a soft bend into the knees here if it helps keep that length in through the spine. Go ahead, inhale high up onto the toes. Ripple forward through each vertebrae to bring you into high plank. Exhale, bend into the knees, cow-like with the back as you send the hips up and back into your downward facing dog. Taking some little ripples into plank here. Inhale, ripple forward. And then exhale, send it back. Inhale, ripple forward. And exhale, ripple back. Inhale, forward. And exhale, back. Inhale, forward. This time as you exhale, slow lower down through your chaturanga for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the belly land. Take your fingertips out to 10 and 2. Press down through the feet. Lift the knees. Inhale, rise up, cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, come up. Feel your back body lifting. Your shoulders stay down. Exhale, lower. Inhale, come up. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. This time as you exhale, can you lower down just to where your belly button meets the mat? Float your feet, draw the inner thighs towards one another, and then go ahead, see if you can float the hands, send them back behind you. Pinkies spiral down onto the back, almost like they could meet in the middle there. Get long, reaching through the toes, reaching through the crown of the head. Stay here for one inhale. And then exhale, allow a cheek to fall to the mat. Release everything down. Next inhale, draw the inner thighs together, lift the feet, lift the heart, lift the chest, hands reach back behind you, get long. Take an inhale, maybe you find a little bit more height, and then exhale, lower the other cheek to the ground. One last time, inhale, draw everything in, get long, locust pose, come up. This time as you exhale, take the hands next to the ribs, pull yourself into your upward facing dog, and then exhale, send it back, downward facing dog. Really nice work. Inhale, right toes reach up and back behind you. Exhale, draw knee into chest, tiger curl. Inhale, leg reaches up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, up and back. This time as you exhale, step that foot to the outside of the right hand, lower down the back knee. Inhale, chest and heart pulls through. Exhale, tuck the back toes, straighten both the legs, pyramid pose. A little extended pyramid. Inhale, rebend into that front leg. As you exhale, step the left foot to the outside of the left hand, sink the hips down. Arms reach out in front of you for an active squat. And then exhale, hands draw to heart center. Inhale, arms reach up and overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, sink the hips down, active squat. Inhale, hands come down to the floor, step the left toes to the back of the mat, followed by the right. And then exhale, lower down through your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and then exhale, back downward facing dog. Inhale, left toes reach up and back behind you. Exhale, draw knee into the chest, come into your tiger curl. Inhale, reach the left leg up and back, and then exhale, curl it in. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, curl it in. This time, step it to the outside of the left hand, lower down the back knee. Inhale, chest and heart pulls through. As you exhale, tuck the back toes, straighten both the legs, extended pyramid pose. Inhale, rebend into that left leg. As you exhale, step that right foot to the outside of the right hand, sink the hips down, reach the hands out in front of you, active squat. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms reach up overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Maybe press the hips forward, get spacious through the front body. Exhale, draw everything down, active squat. Inhale, hands come down in front of you. Exhale, step the right foot back, followed by the left, and then lower through your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, knees are lifted. Exhale, back downward facing dog. Few rounds of our Surya Namaskara. Inhale, come high up onto the toes, look forward between the thumbs. Step or float or jump your feet in between the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise up. Urdhva Hastasana, reach the hands overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, look forward. Exhale, plant the hands, step or hop the feet back. Plank pose, lower down through chaturanga. And then inhale, upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, send it back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha. Inhale, high up into the toes, look forward. Step, jump, float the feet in between the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise, arms reach up. And then exhale, fold over. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump the feet back through your vinyasa, lowering down chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale, back downward facing dog. Inhale, high up onto the toes, look forward. Exhale, step, jump, hop the feet in between the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise, arms reach up. Press the hips forward as you interlace the fingers, leaving the index finger to point up towards the sky. Exhale, cactus the arms open. Hands come to prayer. Inhale, arms reach up and overhead. Exhale, fold everything down over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step or hop the feet back through your vinyasa, lowering down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, send it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right toes reach up and back behind you. Exhale, step it in between the thumbs. Spiral down the back heel. Inhale, rise up, warrior two. Get your footing. Find your stability. Arms reaching out either side. Sinking the hips down low. Can you see if you can bend that knee so it's stacked right above that ankle? Knee tracks over the front toe. Feel grounded in the outer edge of that back foot. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Can you keep sinking the hips down even here in your reversed warrior? As you exhale, straighten through that front leg, reverse your triangle. Inhale, come back to center. As you exhale, hinge from the hips, pull yourself forward into your Trikanasana. Barrel rolling the chest open towards the set sky. Exhale, bend into that front knee, Trikanasana. Inhale, reach that left hand up and over the air. Find length right the way through that whole side body. Exhale, sink yourself to the back of the mat. Sink down into your Skandasana. Left knee is bent, right toes are flexed towards the ceiling. If you have the space to sink all the way down, go for it. If you want to stay more upright, stay more active, feel free to go there. Fingertips can always be on the ground here. Inhale, you're going to pull yourself towards the front of the mat. Plant the left hand, reach the right hand up towards the sky. Twisted lizard lunge. Exhale, all toes are going to turn to face the long side edge of the right side of your mat. High horizon lunge. Exhale, lower the hips, reach the right hand towards the back of your mat. Inhale, press the hips up, reach that right hand up and over the air. Exhale, lower the hips. And then inhale, press down through the feet to lift the hips. One more time, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, you're threading the right hand through, walking yourself around to the left long side edge of your mat for a wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, fold down. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Feel the sit bones reaching up towards the sky. Crown of the head reaches for your mat. You really hinge from the hips here. Tilt the tailbone forward. Exhale, you're going to walk yourself to the top of the mat. Take a pyramid pose here. Back toe can either stay lifted or you can ground it. Plant the hands. Next inhale, right toes reach up and back behind you, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip here. Try and keep the shoulders square to your mat. Just focus on this opening sensation through the hip. You're really reaching that right knee up towards the sky as that right heel kicks in towards your left glute. Exhale, square everything back off, three-legged dog. Inhale, look forward between the thumbs, soft bend into the left knee. Inhale, pulls you through upward facing dog. And then exhale, send it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left toes reach up and back behind you, three-legged dog. Exhale, draw it in between the hands, step it down, spiral down the back heel. Inhale, lifts you up, warrior two. Get settled into your feet, find footing, find your grounding. Feel all four corners of the feet really plugged into the earth here. Feel the hips sinking down, but not forward. Feel them actually sinking right down, straight below you. So you have this like weight in your pelvis that's drawing you down to the earth. Inhale, flip the front palm, reverse your warrior. Back hand can either stay onto the back leg, or you can wrap it around. You can even kind of bring it around the front, kind of give your left rib cage a little tap, a little moment of encouragement there. Exhale, straighten through that front leg, reverse your triangle. Next inhale pulls you back upright. As you exhale, hinge forward, come down into your Trikanasana triangle pose. Barrel rolling that chest open. Maybe the gaze comes up towards that top thumb. Exhale, bend into that front leg. Hand comes down. Inhale, reach the right hand up and over the ear. Trikanasana. One inhale here. Spiral open. As you exhale, sink to the back of the mat, Skandasana. Right toes pivot out towards that back corner of your mat. And you're sinking the hips down to whatever degree feels good to you. Sink the hips down low. Find spaciousness and openness in the chest. As you exhale, you're crawling yourself to the front of the mat, hands on your hands. Right hand is going to plant, and your inhale, spiraling that left hand up to the sky for your twisted low lunge. One inhale here, and as you exhale, all toes are going to pivot to turn to face that left side edge of your mat. Lift the hips up as you press down through the hands and the feet. As you exhale, sink the hips down. Left hand reaches for the back of your mat. Get into that left hip. Inhale, press down through the feet, through the hand. Lift the hips up. Left hand reaches up and over the ear. Exhale, you sink down. And then inhale, you press the hips up. One more time, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. This time as you exhale, left hand threads through and you pivot, walk yourself towards the right long side edge of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold down. Inhale, halfway. And exhale, fold. Find a little bit of space here in your forward fold. Feel the weight shifting in towards the toes. Hips come up and over the ankles. Spread the sit bones wide back behind you. Head reaches for the mat. Next, exhale, you turn towards the front of your mat, framing that front foot. As you exhale, fold down, pyramid pose. Back toe can stay lifted or you can ground it. If it's grounded, the back toes are kind of at a 45-degree angle, almost pointing towards your top right corner of your mat. Left hip is plugging in towards the socket. Hands are going to plant to each side of that left foot, and you're sending it back into that three-legged dog. Inhale. As you exhale, bend the knee, open the hip, keep the shoulders square to the mat. Kicking that left heel in towards the right glute, peeling that left knee up towards the sky. As you exhale, square everything back off, send that left leg out long, straighten it. And then as you inhale, look forward between the thumbs, soft bend into the right knee, into the elbows. Inhale, you're pulling yourself into your upward facing dog. And then exhale, send it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, ripple forward, high plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, pulls you through, upward facing dog. Exhale, send it back, downward facing dog. One more round, picking up the pace a little bit. Inhale, right toes reach up and back behind you. Exhale, step the right foot to in between the hands, spiral down the back heel. Inhale, rise, warrior two. Exhale, flip the front palm, reverse your warrior. Inhale, straighten through that front leg, reverse your triangle. Exhale, come back to center and fold down into your Trikanasana triangle pose. One inhale here. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, bend into that front knee, Trikanasana. Left hand reaches up and over the ear, spiral open. Exhale, sink towards the back of the mat, bending into the left knee, Skandasana. Inhale, crawl your way forward, perhaps not using hands this time, plant the left hand. Inhale, twisted low lunge, right hand reaches for the sky. Exhale, all toes turn to face the left, high horizon lunge. Exhale, lower the hips down for 1. Inhale, lift them back up, right hand reaches up and over the ear. Exhale, thread the right hand through as you walk yourself into your wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, walks you back to the front of your mat. Frame that front foot. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold over that front leg. Plant the hands. Inhale, right toes reach up and back behind you. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Option to step over into wild thing here, reaching the right toes back behind you, finding your footing into the mat, and then pressing your hips up towards the sky, using your feet, using your hands. Get lifted, get spacious. Inhale, spiral open that chest. Exhale, you're closing everything back off into your three-legged dog. Right toes reach up and back behind you. Inhale, look forward, soft bend into the knee as you pull yourself through upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, send it back, Adho Mukha. Inhale, left toes reach up and back behind you, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it in between the thumbs, spiral down the back heel. Inhale, come up, warrior 2. Exhale, flip the front palm, reverse your warrior. Inhale, straighten through that front leg, reverse your triangle. Exhale, come back to center, and then fold down, Trikanasana. 1 inhale here. And exhale, bend into that front knee, Trikanasana. Inhale, right hand reaches up and over the ear. Exhale, sink to the back of the mat, Skandasana. 1 inhale here to puff up into the hands at heart center. And then exhale, you're crawling your way to the top of the mat, planting the right hand. Inhale, reach the left hand up towards the sky, twisted low lunge. Exhale, all toes point towards the left side edge of your mat. Lower down the hips, reach the left hand towards the back of the mat. Inhale, bridge the hips up, high horizon. Exhale, thread that left hand through, come into a wide-legged forward fold towards the right long side edge of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, fold down. Inhale, walks you back around to that front right leg. Take an inhale, come up halfway. And then exhale, fold over that front left leg. Plant the hands, inhale, left leg reaches up and back behind you, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Option to step over into wild thing here, reaching those left toes back behind you. Once they arrive there, press down through all points of contact. Lift the hips, spiral open the chest. Find spaciousness, find freedom, feel grounded here. 1 more inhale. And then exhale, you're closing everything back off. Left toes reach up and back behind you, three-legged dog. Look forward, soft bend in the right knee. Inhale, pulls you through upward facing dog. And then exhale, send it back, downward facing dog. Really nice. Widen your hands at the top of your mat. Inhale, come high up onto the toes, look forward between the thumbs. Exhale, soft bend into the knees. And you can step, hop, float your way through into a seat. However you get there can sometimes look more like a flumble sometimes, but that's okay. We all arrive into a seat. We connect the left sole of the foot in towards the right, the inner right leg. Square off towards that front right leg. Take an inhale here, and then exhale, fold down, Janu Shavasana. Hands can be onto the calf, onto the ankle, and even just be on either side of the leg here. Or if you like a little bit of a low back stretch, you can grab the outside edge of that right foot and kind of bring yourself across body, folding over. Just gets into the QL a little bit more. Whatever stretch you find, maintain length into the spine. That spilling of the tailbone forward. Starting to slow down your breath once again, come back into your own rhythm. Next inhale lifts you back up. And you switch the legs out, sending the left leg out long. Sole of the right foot connects to the inner thigh of the left. Square yourself off towards that front leg. Take an inhale, get tall. And then exhale, fold over. Taking the hand to wherever you like, outside of the leg, on the calf, ankle, maybe grabbing the outside of that pinky toe side edge of that left foot and peeling yourself over. Find the stretch that suits you. Three more long, deep breaths here. Next inhale lifts you back up. Send both legs out long. Give them a shimmy, give them a shake. And go ahead, remove the flesh from out underneath your sit bones. Plant the hands either side of the hips. See if you can straighten through the arms. So you're really pressing down through the hands here. You're pressing down through the hands to get length through the spine. Kind of lift yourself out of your pelvis. Chin tucks in slightly towards your chest. Getting that real long spine in your Dandasana. And then go ahead, exhale, fold over the legs. Paschimottanasana. Allow this to be a space of introversion, of going inwards, of settling in and down. Allow your next inhale to walk yourself back up to a seat. And then go ahead, bend your knees, plant the soles of the feet onto the ground, take your hands to the outside of the knees. As you inhale, can you lengthen through the spine, really pull your chest through, and then exhale, roll down onto your back, one vertebrae at a time. As you lower down, draw the knees up and in towards the chest, give them a nice tight squeeze, maybe rock and roll sideways over the back. Give your low back a little bit of a massage here. And then go ahead, you're going to plant the left sole of the foot onto the ground, take the right ankle over top of the left knee. So you're kind of in this little figure four position. That right knee is going to kind of press towards the front of your mat, and you're going to draw that left knee up and in towards your chest. From here, you can thread your hands through that little keyhole and take a clasp to the inside of the thigh, or even to the outside of the shin, outside of the shin, and draw that knee in towards your chest as you send that right knee out towards the front of your mat. Little reclined pigeon pose. Taking some long, deep breaths here. You can even allow some exhales to go out of an open mouth if that feels good to you, if that feels like a release. Sometimes it can be really nice to partner up a release of tension with a exhale out of the mouth. On your next exhale, release the clasp of the legs. And you're just going to take the sole of that right foot to the outside, to the left side of your mat, coming into a little reclined figure four twist. Ground through the shoulders, send the right out, maybe out like a cactus today. And I kind of like to always grab onto my right foot with my left hand so I can kind of ground the foot there, and then I just think about sending that right knee a little bit up and away from me. Just allows me to get a little bit more of a hip stretch while I'm in this twist. Again, if there's any other twists that are speaking to you right now that you would prefer to take, feel free to go there. This practice is always at your own discretion. Next inhale brings you back up to center. Release the cross of the legs, perhaps hug the knees in towards the chest. Find a little bit of neutrality, of symmetry. And then go ahead, plant the right sole of the foot, hook the left ankle over that knee. Send that left knee away from you as you draw that right knee up and in towards your chest, taking that clasp to the inside of the thigh or to the outside of the shin, and then drawing your legs in towards you as you send that left knee out towards the front of your mat. And this stretch can really be your own. You can use it to really find that line of tension in your body, or you can use it as a real restorative kind of just dropping down, allowing everything to settle. So it doesn't have to be the most intense stretch. Tap into what energy you are receiving and available to today. This practice is really beautiful in the respect that it allows us to really modify and create variations that are suited to our bodies, but not just our bodies on a day-to-day basis. So some days your practice might look a little bit more fast-paced, maybe a bit more intense, a bit more fiery, and then other days you just might need to drop down. Just might need some time to sit and settle and be at ease. And tapping into kind of figuring out what that energy is on a day-to-day basis is a really beautiful thing. Not just here on our mats, but in our day-to-day life as well. As you exhale, go ahead, plant the sole of that left foot to the outside, your right side edge of your mat. Taking your arms out in any variation that suits you. I like to take a cactus of my left arm here and then grab onto that foot and peel that left knee away from me. But that's just me and my body. And just a suggestion to you. You can take it or you can leave it. Your next inhale is going to draw everything back to center. Unhook your ankle from your knee and go ahead and give the knees a nice tight squeeze in towards the body. And then go ahead as you exhale, release everything down into your Shavasana. And I encourage you just to take a moment here in your Shavasana. I know Shavasanas can be really easy to skip, but it's also a really important part of our practice. And while you sit here, if you are someone that struggles with kind of sitting and doing nothing, I'm going to give you a little breath pattern to leave you with if you want to drop down into a deeper state of calm, really tap into that parasympathetic nervous system. So you can take an exhale to clear everything out of your system. On your next inhale, you're going to inhale for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a small pause at the end of that exhale. And then repeat, inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. brief pause at the end, and then repeat. You can take this count into your own head, allow it to really tap into that parasympathetic nervous system, that rest and digest. Perhaps give your mind something to focus on to really start to center and calm itself. Or if you feel really easy just coming into your Shavasana and you feel really relaxed and at ease, feel free to just chill there and hang out for as long as it serves you. Again, thank you so much for practicing with me today. It is always such an honor. And I hope whatever you have coming up next is amazing and you have the best time. So thank you so much. Peace to you all. Have an amazing rest of your day.